Hi everyone, welcome to Sunday Debrief. As you can see, Nick is not here today. He's not feeling well, so you've got my beautiful face instead. I'm sure you're glad to see that, innit? I mean, what a replacement. I mean, just chiseled. Anyway, but
is Nick normally on the debrief?
Yeah, Nick. It's normally
Hello,
Sunday
Nick.
Debrief with Nick, but Nick's not here. But Nick, we're praying for you and the family. And everyone else who's not feeling well. But today we're going to talk about yesterday's message. Rich, his message. Do you know what the title was?
Oh, I might well do.
You got to know. It's 2 words.
What next?
Close.
What now?
What now? Now,
I mean,
now
yeah.
what?
Now
Now what? Yeah.
Now what?
We got there. We got there in the end. So, to be fair to you, I actually put "What Now" on the title. And I should have put "Now What." But anyway, that's neither
The
here
thing
nor
is,
there.
the trouble is, sorry, am I allowed
It's
to?
alright, go ahead, go ahead.
No, the thing is this, it's like when it was turned to your neighbour, what was it? What's the title again?
Now what?
When it was turned to your neighbour, I said, "What now?" And no, I swapped it round.
Yeah,
So I was,
it's easy to do that.
Yeah.
So
so
it's alright.
the thing is, sometimes I got a tendency to make spoonerisms up, see?
I don't even know what that is.
A spoonerism is where you swap like
Oh.
the letters round. So like
Yeah.
you know, for example.
And with "Now What," it would be very
Yeah,
easy to swap
so-
around. But
But I ended up
Yeah.
sort of now. Yeah. I know. Sorry,
got there,
no,
yeah.
carry on. Sorry, I
That's
just,
alright.
I just, when we're meant to be,
right.
yeah.
So, yesterday was a really good message, and Rich was just talking about, you know, when God puts you into that promised land situation, what happens next? You know, you go through life and you're like asking God for something, and then, you know, He pushes you near it, or He pushes you a step closer, and then you're like, oh, now what? So that was the message. But what did you guys get? Because there was 3 different examples he used. There was David, there was Joshua, and there was Abraham. I think I related a lot more with Abraham, in the sense of trying to fast track a promise that God has given you. But I don't know what did you guys relate to the most? We'll start with you, Mike.
The thing is, sometimes I got a tendency to maybe sidetrack a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's okay, but I've made a few notes.
God, yeah,
Brings out this big
brings out the tissue paper.
No, but the thing is, we had a few salvations the previous week, didn't we? 3, and I was hearing. Sometimes I put the Christian radio on in the middle of the night. Anyway, I heard someone talking. I think it was a few nights ago, and they became a Christian. They were going around various different venues. This was in America,
Yeah.
and you know, they'd been a Christian a while. Anyway, after a while, they went and asked someone. They were a new Christian, so they were quite a novice, didn't know a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was in America, and they went up. I think they might have went up to the pastor at the end. They said, "You know, I'm born again. I'm trusting in Jesus. But why do you keep going on about Abraham Lincoln all the time?" I thought. So that there's some things that people, new believers, might not necessarily.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it the wrong way round. They might not necessarily know. Yeah, what I was thinking was that it was like there's a promise.
Yeah.
There's a promise, but the idea was that you have to leave behind, and he was saying that there's some things in your life that, I mean, there's probably something, the more you keep drilling down into your life, there's some things that we need to leave behind, isn't there? We need to like step away from.
Yeah.
And you think
Have to leave. let
and I
things
remember
die.
an old Christian was saying once in a church I was in, he said, "Only just this week the Lord's been speaking to me, and the Lord was saying, this has got to go, that's got to go,
Yeah.
this has got to go." So the walk continues, it goes on and on and on, like,
It's
and
a
it might be
journey,
stuff
yeah.
that you might not even realise
Yeah.
that's necessarily wrong. People
Yeah.
might think, you know, I don't know. An easy example might be, you know, I'm spending my time watching the TV. I might be watching a certain soap opera, like diligently for every week. This is my downtime, but you think, is it actually edifying me? And it might be something just that you need to just step away from, and you think that people as you like step away, the only way to do it in a way is like to focus. When you start looking at yourself, you think, oh, that's bad about me, this is bad about me, and the only way is just to focus in him.
Well, that's a lot to do with the David, the identity one, isn't it?
This was it. Like, what have you? Sorry, you can tell I was in a low class at English at school. I was a scrubbing paper, but it's like, what have you achieved this week? You know, you could be like achieved X, Y, and Z. But it counts for nothing apart from being in Him, and your identity comes from Him, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So there's your starter for 10. If that's
that's a really important one. I think identity. Identity, everyone can relate to in some way. Like, you can be. I don't know if you guys thought straight away. I thought of things straight away that I've labelled myself, but then things others have labelled me, and I stuck to that label until I realised actually David was. You know, when Rich said actually in the message, he said David was anointed king before anyone even considered him that. Like, he was a boy to everyone. He was just a boy who's courageous, but he's a boy. Whereas, you know, if you think of the whole world, when you say David, most people think David and Goliath. That's what you were saying yesterday, and him killing a lion and a bear and whatnot. But he was not defined by that. He was already made king by the King of Kings, which is what he was saying, that we are royal priesthoods, we are kings and princes, and he had to remember that he's anointed by the King of Kings himself before anyone has labelled him anything. But I wanted to ask you, Laura, like, which one did you resonate with the most out of the three?
Definitely in the past, Abraham rushing into the promises before it was God's timing, and trying to make things work for myself, like Abraham and Sarah did. You know, with Isaac, obviously, you know, they had Ishmael beforehand. So I've been there, definitely. But I really felt through Richard's message, I felt that God was saying that I'm at the Joshua stage now. I am in the promised land, and I've got to be strong and courageous because, you know, I need to keep on walking, but there are battles ahead that I need to be prepared for.
100%.
You know, and walk into those battles with God.
I think all of them, obviously, they kind of follow on from last week's message really well. Like with Joshua, like you're saying, I think everything that was said, if it's not in him, like you're saying, the same way with Moses, he was like, Lord, we're not leaving this camp if we don't know that your presence is with us. So it's like in him, everything else works. Everything else, you can't move forward without him.
No.
And I really like the fact that we got to actually, you know, when he was like, stand up, and I know it's, you know, we're just I guess waking everyone up in a way, but but I loved it because I was like, actually, it is a step of faith, because you, with a step of faith, you have to show some type of action, and without that type of action, God can't really see that you want this. Do you really want it? Like, walk, be courageous. And I think in that Joshua 1, the chapter, I think he tells him to be courageous like 3 times or something, isn't it?
It is 3 times.
3 or 4, and why? Because it's important. I mean, that's what you need when you're there, when you're in the promised land. You got to be courageous, because now it's like, the same with our church now, the way it's growing. You're here now, but now you have to be courageous, because you can't rest on this as if you've arrived. It's got to be like every week is almost like a clean slate. God, what do you want to do? And that only works in him. But did you guys, is there anything else that you guys got from the chat that really I guess.
I think when you're saying like the be courageous, innit? I think when something's actually repeated.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously all the Bible's true, but like we got 4 Gospels, haven't we?
Yeah.
So when things are repeated, like Jesus, that parable's in like 3 out of the 4 Gospels, is an important thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think in terms of the walk, I mean, I think probably people have got maybe a tendency to, like Abraham, jump ahead of the game.
Yeah.
But it's important to be in the same step with God, innit?
In Him.
In Him. Yeah. Exactly.
In Him. Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm losing my flow of thinking now. So there's a simple one-liner. That may help. Is like, Lord, show me the next step or the next best step, and you could like whittle that down. Even to a daily or an hourly thing, innit? I think it was Smith Wigglesworth one. He used to like pray sort of on the hour, wasn't it? Like for about 5 or 10 minutes. So you think like, Lord, what is the next best thing that you want me to do it? You know, you've got the vision in mind, but within that breaking down, there might be like a daily vision. I'm guessing,
and that's hard to do authentically, because on one hand you want to pray every hour, but on the other hand you don't want to be religious. So it's like it's being in tune with the Spirit in Him, like we're saying. Because that's the only way I can know I'm doing it authentically. Otherwise, I could just literally be like, I'm going to pray every hour, and my prayers are empty because I'm just doing it because I was like, I had to fit into the schedule. You know, even though, you know, there's nothing wrong with prayer. You can't pray wrongly all the time. But like, I think we've got to be careful as well in that sense, not to make it religious. But I really like... is there anything you guys, let's say, you know, with the being courageous, would you say there's any part in your life right now that you're like, actually, I feel like this is what being courageous looks like to me in my season right now? I know it's a bit of a tough one to answer
I don't think there's anything specific to be courageous about, but it's knowing, and I think Rich kind of touched on this, just because you're in the promised land, that's not your destination. You need to keep moving forward, and actually, you know, there are going to be battles ahead within the promised land, and that's where you're to be strong and courageous. So it's kind of, it's not going to be all plain sailing. Just be prepared to be strong and courageous, because you know there are going to be further battles ahead. So it's just for me it's a sign of that I need to be prepared for those battles ahead, and that it's not this isn't my destination now in the promised land, that I need to keep walking in Him.
It's coming back to that message. Were you going to read something?
No, I was just pretending I was going to. No. But the thing is, one of the things is who does God say that we are? That was one of the
identity.
The identity. So, and then we're that leads on to 1 Peter 2, verse 9, which was shared yesterday. So I'll read it out again the viewers can savour it. But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness
into His marvelous light,
into His wonderful light. Once you were not a people, but now you are the people of God. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy. So it's like, that's what God calls us, isn't it? He knew us before the foundation of the earth, isn't it? Even the hairs on your head have been counted or numbered, which is the higher numbered because they got an individual number, haven't they? So
incredible.
Yeah, that's who we are, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then you turn back and look at you. Rich even looked at himself, didn't he? Partly way through. So I'm just like up here giving a rubbish message or something. He said something like that, didn't he, at the end? Or, you know,
far too modest, that one.
Yeah, he's sort of trying to humble himself, but in him, it's like we're just like a son or a daughter of the King of Kings, aren't we? In him, it's like a new family, like, you know.
It made me think of you know, like celebrities, how celebrities are treated and whatnot. If I'll be honest, if I saw David Beckham walking around, I'd be like, Bex, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? And it's this like a worldly view of human beings who are well known anyway.
Yeah.
And
or the one you would idolise, you might look up to.
And we are created in the image of someone who made everything. Who's, I mean, if you were going to put him on a scale of celebrities of how we treat, he should be like treated like there should be like carpets as he's walking. And he says that you're his child. He says you're his son. To me, it's just an amazing picture of us just walking around, all these millions of people who follow Jesus walking around and just creating disciples, creating other disciples, while the world doesn't even they don't really even recognize. It's almost like you're just, you know, to them you're that crazy Christian nutcase, or do you know what I mean? And it's like we serve a God who deserves more than we are even capable of giving. So it's quite amazing that he humbles us in that sense, but then reminds us, no, you're mine, you belong to an amazing king. And I just want to ask you guys as well, if you're watching this, to put your experience in the comments. If you've listened to the message, what you got out of it, which one you really relate with, the David story or the Abraham or Joshua story. Just put it in the comments. We'd love to see what you got out of it. But this was Sunday Debrief with Mark and Lara, also known as Lala Bear.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Hello, I didn't. Oh, is it Lala Bear?
Lala Bear, yeah.
Lala Bear.
Because this is Jojo Bear.
Yeah.
Oh, Jojo Bear. Okay.
Yeah. So, Marmar Bear,
also known as
Marmar Bear. That would be good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.
Oh yeah.
See you soon.
Yeah. Bye bye.